What's going on, guys? It's Mad Matt here, and today we're going to be going over a Blue Eyes deck, the ritual-based one. So, without further ado, let's get into this. So, starting off for the monsters that we're running here, we run Triple Blue Eyes White Dragon. It's kind of, has to be ran in the deck, so we run it at 3. Next card that we run into the deck, Triple Blue Eyes Alternative White Dragon. His effect is that he can be special summoned from your hands by having a Blue Eyes White Dragon in your hand and you reveal it. And then his other effect is that you can blow up one card on the field but you cannot attack the turn that he does that. Next card that we run, one Dragon Spirit of White. He's always known as Blue Eyes, and he's also always known as a normal monster. So the last effect is that when he's special summoned, you can banish one spell or trap on the field. So that's pretty cool. So that's basically the main big dragons that we run for just monster-wise. Next cards that we run for our extenders and our synchro plays. For our extender, we run 2 King of D. He's not the best, but he's really good at searching out what we need him to search out. So, I'm kind of grateful that he's able to do that pretty easily. Next card we run is one Master with Eyes of Blue. He has a very good effect that you can target one effect monster in your grave and add to hand when he's normal summoned. And then a different effect is that you can, while he's in the grave, target one effect monster on the field, throw it to the grave, he gets shuffled into the deck, and then you get to special summon a Blue Eyes from your grave. So that's a very nice, play that you can do right there. You get to get one resource back into your deck, and you also get to bring out a Blue Eyes, so that's pretty cool. Next card that we run is the Waystone of Ancients. This is a very powerful card in this deck. It says that once per turn, when this card is sent to the grave, and this is a very easy get off the grave, or get to the grave, you can just get a Link Karibo on the field, and then you get a Blue Eyes additional at the end of the phase, so that's pretty cool. But when sent to the grave, you can special summon a Blue Eyes monster from your deck, and then during, your next phase or whatever, you can banish this card, grab one Blue Eyes from your graveyard, add it to your hand. So that's very nice. And it's also a tuner, so you can go in your synchro plays. Next card, we run 2 Sages of Eyes of Blue. This is a very important card as well. His first effect is that when he's normal summoned, you can add a level 1 white monster from your deck. And then his secondary effect is that if you have another effect monster on the field while he is in your hand, you can discard him, target that effect monster is then destroyed, and then you get to special summon a Blue Eyes from either hand or hand. I think it's hand, deck, or graveyard. Nope, just from your deck. So that's the little engine that we run for the support of Blue Eyes. For our next little thing that we run in here, we run the incantations. This is Pencilum. This card says that if you have is this one a spell? Okay, this one's a ritual monster. If you have a ritual monster in your hand, you can special summon this card, then target one incantation in your deck, special summon that monster, and then they all have their effects that when they are special summoned from the deck, you can add one ritual monster and or one spell, depending on which one it says. So for him, he says that if you have a ritual monster in your hand, you can reveal him or special summon him. If you special summon from the deck, then you would go and grab a ritual monster from your deck. The other side of him is the Bookstone. He's for spells. His effect says that when there's a ritual spell in your hand, you can reveal that and then special summon him from your hand. And then you get to go and add special summon one incantation from your deck to the field, and then their effect goes off depending on what they give you. So essentially, if you have one of them in your hand, if it's a spell and or if it's a monster, and you have the right corresponding one, you special summon out whatever the other one is, and then get the either spell or the monster. Next, I run one Incantation Talismandra. I only run one of him because he's kinda... his, like, level for what we're going for is not very good. So, he's really just there for another additional monster. And then we run one Incantation Candelilla, and the same thing goes with her as well, or him. He's just another spell that we can go for, but his level's kind of wonky with stuff that we're actually trying to go for. And then, last but not least, for ritual monster searching and spell searching, we run 3 Maju of the 10,000 hands. You can either go for a monster or you can go for a spell, and his effect activates when he's normal summoned and or flip summoned. So, he's pretty good. Next that we go for our actual ritual monsters, we play 3 Blue Eyes Chaos Max Dragon. It says that he must be ritual summoned with Chaos form, and then after he's ritual summoned, he cannot be targeted and or destroyed by your opponent's card effects. So basically, you can either beat him down or shuffle him back in the deck if it's like all monsters. And then it says if you attack, if he attacks a defense monster, inflict double the piercing damage. So say that monster has, say that Sage is on the field, and he attacks into him. Sage has 1500 attack, and he has 4,000 or 1500 defense, and he has 4,000 attack. So the calculations of that would be, let's see, 2,500, and then you calculate it twice. So that'd be 5,000 damage done to your opponent, and also their monster would be destroyed. So that's pretty good. Next card that we run, 2 Blue Eyes Chaos Dragon. His effect says that when he is ritual summoned with a Blue Eyes White Dragon. Let me read his effect real quick. I haven't really seen it too much. Okay, so your opponent cannot target him for card effects. Also, it cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects, just like Blue Eyes Chaos Max Dragon. And then, if he is ritual summoned with a Blue Eyes White Dragon, when it declares an attack, change the battle position of as many monsters your opponent controls as possible. And if you do, the attack and defense of those monsters become 0. Also, this turn, if this card attacks a defense monster, inflict piercing damage. So, essentially, what you want to do is you want to bring him out with a Blue Eyes White Dragon. Change everything into defense when you're in your attack phase, and then just attack right away for 8,000 with Blue Eyes Chaos Max Dragon. Moving on to spells. For spells, we have Triple Return of the Dragon Lord. This is really good, and there's a lot of reasons why. Well, first reason is that it's a monster reborn for the deck, which is phenomenal. And then the second reason is if your guys, say, like, you have both of these guys on the field, right? And they do a Babushka to negate their effects. If they're going to be destroyed by a card effect and or by battle, just use this and they'll still be on the field. And that's very important to know because, like, they can win you games still. 4,000 attack, 3,000 attack, that's nothing to shake a stick at. Next card that we play, Triple Chaos form. It's kind of needs to be in the deck, you know. It's what allows you to actually get your guys out. Next card we play, Advanced Ritual Art. And this is quite nice. You can use that on Blue Eyes Chaos Dragon. Next card we run is Melody the Awakening Dragon. It can be searched out from King of D, and then also this allows you to search basically all of your dragons that you need to get out. So any of your Blue Eyes Alternative, Blue Eyes Max, any of them. Next card, I run one pre-preparation, or no, just preparations. Yeah, preparations of rights. This is to add a level 7 ritual monster from your deck, and then add back a ritual spell from your graveyard. So it's pretty nice, it comes in handy. Next we play 2 trade-in, because everything in here is basically either a level 1 and or level 8. So, ditch to level 8, draw 2 cards. Next we want to run Soul Charge. Gets all your monsters out from the grave. They've all been destroyed. Really nice. And then the 1 Monster Reborn. Now we're going to go into our extra deck. For our extra deck, for our links, we play 1 Link Rebo. There's a shit ton of level 1s in here, so you just switch those out for Link Rebo, and then if it's a stone, that gets an effect, and so on and so forth. 1 Underclock Taker. This is just in case, say, you need to beat over someone, and they're being, for some reason hard to deal with, even though all your monsters are really high attacks. Sometimes it can be a bear. Next, 1 Hippo Shenanigan if you're having all of your light monsters out. So all of just your regular Blue Eyes Alternatives, and any of your small tuners and or your synchros. Those are all your light monsters. And then if you have your ritual monsters out, you'll want to put out Wee Witch Apprentice, because they're all dark monsters, so they'll all get the boost up from 500 attack and such. And if you have both of them on the field, either way, all of your monsters are still getting 100 attack. So that's something to look at. And then you also get to, when they're both destroyed, you get to add either a dark or a light, depending on which one it is. Next, I run 1 Binary Sorceress. This is kind of a cool thing that she can do, that you can take one of your monster's attacks, switch it over to a different monster, so it can't be beaten over. And this is kind of cool, because if you get a Binary Sorceress, and you have both of these on the field, then most of the time, if they still have their effects activated, they cannot be destroyed except for by battle. And or if they have some other bullshit, they can get them off the field, but mostly it's just by battle. So if you have both of these guys on the field, and you have Binary Sorceress in the middle of them, you can just keep on switching back their attacks, so they can't really ever be beaten over. And that's really nice. Next, Decode Talker. He's just easy for the rest of the cards, XYZs and such. Now to go into XYZs, we are running 1 Dark Rebellion XYZ Dragon, because there's a few level 4s in here. So we have 1 Candela, we have 2 King of D's, and I think that might be it for level 4s. But we run him, and then we also run a Tornado Dragon. Basically, just be wary of who you have to actually go into and when you have to go into them. Hopefully you have everything that you need for them. Now the easier monsters you get into. We run 1 number 23 Lancelot Dark Knight of the Underworld. He's very good. He allows you to attack your opponent directly if he has materials on him, and then if your opponent would to be activate a spell, trap, and or monster effect, just negate the effect. So he's really good about that. He's 2,000 attack, so you could poke your opponent pretty easy too. Next, we run 1 Galaxy Ice Cypher Dragon. He's going to allow you to rank up into anything that you want to rank up to. We only run 2 cards that we're actually able to rank up to in this deck. But, yeah, he's very good. He's 3,000 attack, beat stick. You can steal one of your opponent's monsters. And, it's kind of cool. Next card that we run, this is one of his rank ups. Neo Galaxy Eyes Cypher Dragon. He does the same thing as the smaller version, just he's at 4,500 attack, and you can take 3 monsters instead of 1. So that's really nice. And then the other rank up that we play is number 95 Galaxy Eyes Dark Matter Dragon. he's quite a bit of a hassle for a lot of people. His effect is that you can target three dragon type monsters in your deck, send them to the grave, and they all have to be different names. Then your opponent banishes 3 cards that are different names from their deck. And then also he has an effect that if you detach one, then you can attack twice attack twice on monsters, and he has 4,000 attacks. So that's normally, depending on what they have on the field, that's mostly game. Then for your synchro monsters, I run 1 Blue-Eyed Spirit Dragon, just in case they're trying to run a lot of stuff out of their grave, like if they're playing zombies or something of that nature. And then also you can do the switch up effect, and then that's why I run the 1 Authorized Silver Dragon. He's really good. All of your dragon type monsters aren't affected by card effects for a full 2 turns. And then he also has the effect that you can target one normal dragon monster in your graveyard, special summon it. So that's pretty nice as well. And then the last card that I run is 1 Blue-Eyed Twin Burst Dragon. He's really nice. He can attack 2 monsters per turn, and then also if he isn't able to destroy that monster, he banishes it because it can't be destroyed by battle. So, yep, that's all of it for now. Hopefully you guys liked the deck profile. Tell me anything that I could change on it, and or I could improve. It's a lot more different than my old deck profile that I put up. It was an ABC ABC Blue Eyes deck, so it was kind of iffy. It didn't really run as well as I wanted it to, but it still was, it was what it was. But I think this runs a lot more faster than that did. So yeah, I hope you guys liked it. And as always, this is Matt, signing out.